KWTN 100.9 FM. Welcome, everybody, to a beautiful Tuesday here. We got DJ Guaranteed. I just want to make sure that everybody's tuned in and you can hear MC Eves. We good to go? We got the line ready to roll.
I have nothing in my ears.
You have nothing in your ears?
No, just,
okay.
Just
I
earwax.
think you got the wrong headphones, that's why. So grab those ones right there. Should be good.
Okay.
The joys of technology, man. This is pretty cool. Try that one and see if you can do that. But nonetheless, if you guys can hear us, kind of give us a thumbs up, or
I got you now, big guy.
Maybe we're just moving our arms and nobody can hear us and they're screaming at the thing. If you can hear us, I just want to make sure.
It's cool all the text messages you get when you mess up, though.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Oh, I think we're good. Thank you guys for helping us on out here. So, KWTN 100.9 FM, we are the Big Voice Radio. This is Winnebago Talks, and right now we want to send our well wishes to DJ Bethani. She's under the weather and stuff, that darn bug. There's this going around. Did you get it yet?
You know what? Yeah, remember I was out for a couple of days. I heard COVID's going around down south to our partners down south. They said 2 strains are going around here and down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure.
We got the stomach flu in our house. We all went through it.
Yep. And it makes its rounds and stuff. It's kind of ironic how it just, somebody falls ill in the household and then pretty soon it just has to make its round. There's not a lot you can do and stuff, but make sure you stay up on those vaccines. We always have the Winnebago Public Health Department and WCHS, the public health nursing, and everybody coming up here PSAing that awareness and stuff. But speaking of the Winnebago Public Health Department, man, they put on a great program last week, and I think you were under the weather. And
that's the day I was under the weather. Yeah,
it was a wonderful presentation, and thank you to them. We did a live remote down there, and it was pretty interesting that some of the things that were mentioned, and appreciate the food, and they had what they call free t-shirts, and kind of had like a mini health fair. Got to go around and introduce and also discuss some of the programs, especially in the health realm, and it's pretty interesting. This last night, Kevin, I was watching the news, and this doctor comes on, and he was talking about ultra processed foods. Okay.
Yeah.
So and it's this pack full of energy, like cereal and the things that are, just all
Kellogg's.
Yeah. I don't want to single out just the thing because I don't want them to sue us or anything like that. So take it back. No.
I mean, Kellogg, down there by agency, Kellogg's down there, and they're packed full of energy down there. It's always live.
We didn't mean them. But I'm saying is like the one that got me is Ashleen Blackbird, who is my sister-in-law. I had a chance on a whim. They didn't have this planned or anything like that, but they're like, hey, can you say the prayer and stuff? And my dad taught me, if anybody ask you to say the prayer, don't refuse them.
I know.
And so I just kind of did my best of my abilities and doing that. And then they're like, can you introduce Ashleen? And so I thought I'd give her a proper introduction and stuff. We got that sister-in-law, brother-in-law and stuff. We kind of tease each other. Anyways, but she was going and doing her presentation, but she mentioned hot Cheetos. The hot chips.
Yep.
Hot chips.
Yep.
Excuse me, I take that back. I didn't say Cheetos and stuff. I meant hot chips.
Yeah.
And she said there's just not enough research about that. What do you think about that?
I won't let my kids eat anything with red dye 40 in it.
Red dye 40?
Yeah, it's banned in Europe. It's in the chips that we didn't mention, but it's also in, the one that starts with the T that they all love. They're purple, all that. Yeah, if anything with red dye 40 in it, they get it when we're on vacation. That's the only time, because they want it so much. I know. And my daughter was having stomach issues for a while because that's all she was eating was that.
Hot chips.
Hot chips, yeah. I mean, there's all kinds, I can think of 4 in my head right now. Different brand names.
Yeah. And I don't know. I thought I seen a documentary where they were talking about the dude that invented it, right?
No.
Because back in my high school days, they didn't have hot chips. I think they had the one where, what was it called? The pork rinds? That was the only one.
Yeah.
That was the
Wow.
only one. What about you? Do you remember? I mean, like,
I went to school before you, so if you didn't have it, definitely didn't have it.
yeah, but I mean, like, do you remember when they popped up?
No, I wasn't. I didn't eat spicy foods till after the military.
How come?
When you're in the desert for 6 months and you have the same 6 meals, and you have to eat them, you have to after a while it gets a little old, So, I mean, Tabasco. They put little bitty Tabasco bottles in there, and I used to think it was nasty, and now I love it because I had to put it on there to change the taste. I mean, it was cold anyway. Well, we could heat them up, man. It was pretty cool how we heated them up. We had a track vehicle, and we dropped the packet down the exhaust pipe, and wait for 30 seconds, and we'd floor it. And you know what heat does to something? It makes it expand. Well, it expands and it shoot up on a thing, and you have to catch it like a football, and then you got to eat it, but you had to watch out because it was hot.
Wow. Pretty interesting, folks. We just so you guys know, where you tuned in here today, we're got Winnebago Talks. We have a lot of information that we want to talk about here today, but we're just recapping what took place last Tuesday, as it was a live remote. So we weren't in the studio and stuff, but the Winnebago Indian News did come out. It was a Valentine's issue, and as you can see, it's a nice pink header and Valentine's love. And so we're going to talk about that here momentarily on how we did for our Valentine's, as your perspective and then also my perspective and stuff. But there was a lot of good information on the headlines there. They talk about local mutual aid efforts. We had Tyler Lemire. She came up here and mentioned that, and if anybody wanted to participate, but they did end up doing that delivery. And I want to say that they're still kind of going up there and making sure that there's a camp, and there's some information. If you guys want to donate, you still have the opportunity to do that. There's also making a mention of the Leadership Siouxland, and for the first time ever, they held it down here at Little Priest Tribal College, and it seemed like it went like a good time and everything too. So there's information about there. They presented, and this is the whole Siouxland area. It's just not Winnebago, and so a lot of people non-native from the Sioux City area came down to take part in that, and we presented our best. We had some great dancers, and then also some singing by the New Breed Drum Group, who did a fantastic job. If you go in there into the announcements and stuff, there's a lot of good information. Now, do you use your QR code a lot?
No, I'm just learning how to use it. I mean, I learned how to create them, so I mean, that's something. I'm getting it's
kind of been a while. It's been out there for a while, but I know during the pandemic, like, we would go into restaurants and they wouldn't have the menus, but they would have a QR code, and then you would have to look through the menu on your phone. So since then, it really has taken off, but there's a lot of kind of QR codes in there. Human Services, okay? They have an application, and some people message the Facebook page and the tribe's Facebook page, and they're like, hey, is there any assistance? There's a hurricane happen, or there was a tornado that came through, there's emergency assistance, things like that. But it all routes to the Human Services Department, and they process that. So the application is now online, and then the application for the tribal IDs is also online, and there's a QR code. Then you use your QR code. There's about 5 of them here, guys. So I'm just going to QR. We should have a whole section, the QR corner or something, right? Yeah. But if you know any relatives that are coming down for Last Bare Moon, which is next Saturday, February 28th, it's the last day in February, and people were kind of wondering, why do you guys call it Last Bare Moon? Well, Last Bare Moon to the Ho-Chunks is the month of February. And then January is the first Bare Moon. So it's basically saying the February powwow. But Last Bare Moon is going to be registration will be open for dancers. There's a QR code. I said there's about 47 dancers that are registered. And if you guys want to beat the line, grand entries at 12 o'clock, and they are going to take points. So please share the word, and all the dancers or relatives that are going to come down there, make sure they know they can have an opportunity to pre-register for that. So you kind of scroll through. There is the Last Bare Moon Winter Celebration powwow. It lists all the details, from the invited drums to the MC, arena directors, and things like that. Pretty good on that one. I want to talk about something that also hit our issue is Warhorse Lincoln to begin phase 3. Have you been?
Warhorse Lincoln, no, that is a goal. I do plan to go. Which page on here? I got your newspaper up.
I am on page 4. You see it?
Yep, same page. I'm gonna go ahead and share that so they can see what we're talking about here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So there's the last Bare Moon Winter Celebration for those folks that want to take a good look at that. And then on the bottom there's the Ho Chunk Renaissance Princess Etiquette class graduate. I believe that happened last week. And congratulations to all our little lady relatives that went through a class. And thank you to Ho Chunk Renaissance, a Winnebago tribal entity and department that put on a great program. And heard a lot of good feedback from the parents and everybody that kind of came in. Appreciate the singers, and then that was kind of like they had an opportunity to really kind of discuss, practice, whatever it may be and stuff. So hopefully this year for the Winnebago Homecoming Celebration, we have a lot of those ladies trying out for the junior and the senior Miss Winnebago Homecoming Celebration. But nonetheless, Warhorse Lincoln to begin phase number 3 of construction. It does have a diagram and stuff, but they've been up and operational there for a while. I remember going down there and the groundbreaking of that building was amazing. I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and Jordana went down there to cover that, and they had the golden shovels and everything, and they had a meal. It wasn't as big as I thought it would be and stuff, but nonetheless, they're opening up in phases and stuff. And then they got a phase 4 and probably a phase 5, maybe they're going to get a hotel, maybe a event center, whatever it may be and stuff. But then in phase 3, I believe they're going to open more gaming space and then more restaurants. And that's one thing that Lincoln Warhorse is, they do have a area where you can order food and stuff, and it's great food, my opinion and stuff. But I think the one in Omaha, they have the Trifecta, I believe it's called, and the Ale House, I believe it's called.
Oh,
so
I was talking about horse racing.
yeah, we have to talk about horse racing here pretty soon.
The Trifecta, that's my. Well, I like the one where you bet 2, or you pick 3 animals, because it's either dogs or horses, and only 2 of them have to come in first and second, and you win.
Yeah,
it's that easy.
Yeah, well,
it's that easy.
We'll we're not going to go down that path. Anyways, as you go on, just so you know, for those people that are in Winnebago that are listening, March 1st, Gil Hauling is going to be transitioning, and it's going to go King's Disposal. So King's Disposal will be delivering replacement dumpsters to your residents prior to their collection start date. So that's going to be happening. And just so you know, if your garbage disposal, your trash where you use it now and stuff is gone, and a replacement's coming. So just kind of keep that in mind. I don't want, Jeremiah, Chief Lone Wolf down there to get over. Somebody stole my dumpster and stuff. They're changing vendors and stuff, so it's going to be King's Disposal, just so you know. And I don't know if it's going to mess up the days where you, like Monday mornings is our day to get out trash in Rosalie. Wednesday
for us,
in Thurston.
Yep. And
I don't know what it is. They probably take sections here in Winnebago and stuff, but just kind of a FYI. Yeah.
Yeah. King's Disposal. I think it'll be a good thing. What's going on in the February calendar for is that the seniors?
Yeah. If you go senior meals and stuff, it's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, let's see.
This today is the 17th. Sloppy Joe's, French fries, mac and cheese, and that's down at the Winnebago Community Health Center Senior Citizens.
But look at this right here. My son's birthday, the 26th, and they got my favorite meal down there. Hamburger, gravy, with potatoes. I'm telling you, they knock it out of the park with that. It's phenomenal.
I'll tell you a story. On Valentine's Day, Jerome LaPointe, our longtime winner, he passed away. They had his first memorial this past weekend on Saturday, and they got up and the family talked about serving his favorite foods, and they specifically mentioned hamburger, gravy, and potatoes.
Really?
Yeah. That's what coming from how do you say it? Back in those days and stuff, not everybody was real wealthy, but it ended up being one of his favorite foods where he craved it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love
it. What's your preferred method to eat it though?
I just mix it up.
No.
I'm DJ guaranteed mix it on the ones and twos on my plate.
Growing up, my favorite way to eat it is just on a slice of bread.
On a slice of bread?
Yep, slice of bread and the hamburger gravy. But one day I go to the seniors. They put a slice of bread, mashed potatoes, and then covered it in gravy.
Well, isn't that like hot beef?
In a way, but it's hamburger gravy over. Yeah, it's hot hamburger gravy sandwich, open face. I mean, I don't know, but you know what? That blew my mind.
Yeah.
My grandma always served it with boiled potatoes, cubed potatoes, and then that's how she would serve it. But then I'd always, my first round was always a slice of bread, then it would be the potatoes, and then third round would be a slice of bread, and then I'd be done.
The hazing, it's the interactive, it's the online edition is out there. So for those relatives that don't get a physical copy, contact Tyler Snake and she'll get you all set up. But nonetheless, if you have any of the relatives behind the bars or, kind of getting corrected and stuff, make sure they also get a copy so that they're in the know when they get out. We want to make sure that everybody, there's some great news in that. What I did notice too is like the Winnebago tribe, we attended the CEO report last week, right?
Yeah.
And Darla and Tiffany, they gave a report on all the respective programs, and man, I came away from that, like it's been a while. I used to sit in those reports all the time, but I came away and I was like, the Winnebago in the news should be like 24 to 30 pages with all the good stuff that we have going on. I know, you're middle of construction and constructing the building. You don't want to take time out. You have to just go. We got the last bare moon, and that's just like all hands on deck up here at communications, and it's a wonderful thing. But you go north, south, east, and west, the tribe, the organization, wow, it is really progressive and just a lot of good things.
I just want to slap myself because Irita, one of our council members, like, you guys should go around town and take pictures of our kids. So yeah, I do that. I get back here and I get tossed footballs left and right, and I forget to download. I mean, I have all kinds of pictures of kids playing in the park. I mean, I'm one of them guys. I go for a cruise. If I see something going on, hey, I mean, my inside is, hey, I'm from the paper. Can I take a picture just so I can go in and be nosy? And man, they give me all the details, and they let me, I mean, I got different places where, like that little shelter they built beside the Boys and Girls Club. I got them at the day that they finished it and was out there, and the whole group was there, and I got pictures of it. But I never turned it into you guys. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
Got to do that more.
I mean, I think our department's going to grow, and we reported to the council, and don't tell anybody this, guys, but one of our goals is to get like a studio, a TV studio. We're kind of doing it as we do it now. This is more or less a podcast. You can listen to it online for the radio. But I would like to have like a newscast, a morning coffee, sit down with the elders, just share stories, everything, produce documentaries, and just little animate. I know Jordana, she works on that next level of media in communications and stuff, and I used to enjoy working on documentaries and stuff for the tribe. I did, the one with Jim Snow. When back in his days and stuff, and he talked about
I got a story of him.
He talked about Rice. Remember Rice and
Henry Rice?
Yeah. Everything that happened on that and stuff. And then on another thing that happened at Jerome's memorial is they showed Jordana got to interview him, and he shared some positive thoughts, and then also how it used to be back in the days, and that was pretty interesting. Some of the words that he said will always resonate with me and stuff. But you got a story about Jim?
Yeah, I was I was at a memorial for Troy Smith, Danelle's brother, and was sitting there, and I don't know, a couple people got up and spoke, but it kind of laid down, and I look over at Jim, and all I get is a head nod, and I already knew. I mean, I had to get up and speak. I mean, I just knew what he meant by that head nod, so I had to get up and go up there and speak, and I like that, that he gave me that respect, and I had that respect for him. I knew what he wanted, so I mean, he's like, get up, and he never said a word to me, just give me that, I don't know what you would call it, but that was cool.
So make sure you put the camera Do you have a camera that's set on you?
In the corner over there, hiding behind the big boys. I tried to move the big voice, but I didn't know how, so I just left it. And then when we was doing the newspaper, I couldn't only halfway see you, so I moved the camera and it knocked me out of the picture. But I'm okay with that.
That's all right, man.
I'm better heard than seen.
You normally don't drive the live stream, and that's what you're doing. That's what we call it. I text him and I was like, "Hey, can you drive Winnebago Talks and stuff?" So that's what he's doing basically. He's pressing the brake and he's switching the camera and all this and that.
Well,
stuff.
So I have trouble with that double shifting. You know, you got to push that brake in, clutch in twice. I mean, I'm having a hard time double clutching over here. But people say it, but hey, you know what though? That just shows you that we have fun. We don't let our mistakes bother us, and you can't barely see me, but I'm okay with it.
For sure. Hey, I got a question for you.
Got you bright and center though.
What you know about Winnebago Indian or the crew from? Oh, excuse me. They're doing a lot of good things, and they are headed to state. Who's heading to state? Do you know anything about that?
Well, I know the girls last night. They beat somebody. I don't know what the other team was, but they beat them pretty good, 55-20, I think.
Uh-huh.
And they're going on sub districts. That's the only one I know about right now. And then I was down in Mesa the other day. They were talking about their girls. They're doing real well, and I really think they're going to go. But you was talking about. Having, what do you call I think a good name for a show is Good Morning Winnebago. And that's where you have your coffee and have your drinks, and have people come sit around.
Good Morning Winnebago, huh?
Yeah, Good Morning Winnebago.
So, yeah, Lady Indians win and advance on to the second round of sub-districts. They beat the team 55-24, so ladies are doing pretty good. And then I seen that Eugene just texted me not too long ago, one of our commentators. And it looks like the Winnebago sub-districts, so your calendars, is going to be on February 24th. Winnebago is going to be hosting sub-districts this year.
It'll be Tuesday.
And it'll be next Tuesday. And in the districts, it looks like game one is going to be against Boone Central in Arlington. And that's going to be on a Monday. And then Tuesday, the winner of that game is going to face Winnebago. And then Omaha Nation boys, who have a record of 14-9, will face number 2 Scotus Central Catholic, who have a record of 12-10. And then that championship game for the sub-districts, all right, is going to be on February 26th. So we might have either Scotus or Winnebago or Omaha Nation, Winnebago or Arlington or Boone Central. I love playoff basketball. You know what I mean? March Madness is just around the corner. I never used to watch NFL except when it came to the playoffs. It's a whole different thing.
I'm that way with baseball, basketball.
Man,
I don't watch the
like
finals.
300 games and stuff, right? I mean,
I'll catch 3.
I know, but when it comes to the World Series and for the
I watch the end. I mean, I watch the World Series. I watch a little bit more NFL, basketball, not quite so much. But I'm big into college football. I mean, they don't get they used to not get paid to play, and to me, they did it from the heart, and I like that.
I lost my faith. Oh, I better not say that. I'm going to change the subject. This is the year, right?
But anyway, I love going down to Lincoln during basketball playoff. I mean, during high school. It's just a cool atmosphere. I remember going down there one time, and I told my brother I was going down, and I check into the hotel. He comes walking out of the pool. He was already there. I'm like, dang, this guy. I mean, I didn't tell him where I was going or nothing. And we both happened to pick the same hotel in Lincoln, but he was the one all the natives go to, so it wasn't that hard.
That's a key word. That's a key word that we love to hear. Book them rooms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm booking my rooms. You got yours booked yet?
So Winnebago does feature for the fellas. They do feature 7 seniors, and they're going to be working hard to make a deep post run. And for the ladies, Breezy was their senior that they recognized the other night. So they had senior night, and that was the final game against Santee. And that Santee team was pretty good for the ladies. That game was awesome. I mean, it came down. It was like they had some momentum. I was calling that game. I had a sub for Eugene. He was out in Washington, D.C. And I'm a little rusty and everything, but I really enjoyed that game, man. And then for the fellas, I know that Santee, they're pretty young. I don't think they feature even a junior and senior
they only
for the
have 5
boys.
Players.
Yeah, and they only had 5 players for the boys and stuff. And we had a good conversation, and we didn't really call it specifically like it was but it was a blowout. Nonetheless, it was good to see.
I thought it was really cool though how Winnebago started 5 seniors, that normally don't start, and I thought that was pretty cool,
Yeah.
And they held tough, they really did,
So good luck to the student athletes, the coaches, and especially the fans. Keep it dialed in. We'll get some announcements as soon as we hear word back and stuff, if we're going to be streaming some of those games and whatnot. So it might look like we might be in action next week and stuff. So we'll see. I know that there's some NSAA rules when it comes to streaming postseason. And I know for a fact that we can't live stream down at the championship games when they head to Lincoln. We can do audio broadcast.
Right, no video.
Yeah, no video and stuff. So it's unfortunate. They want you guys.
Well, I think it's because we offer it free, and don't you have to pay to watch the basketball?
Exactly.
But then you can get on PBS though, can't you, and watch them? But that's only the championship games though.
Right. Definitely. So we'll see what happens and stuff. Anyways, do we have any comments or anything like that? If not, we're going to. Oh, we do have some comments here. What do we got? Oh, Q says, is there anyone who would be interested in the actual sports section that could be in the works for the Winnebago? The news. Oh.
I think everybody. I've reached out to a couple people.
Did you hear that light switch?
Yeah.
Heard it.
I've been trying.
Well, there you go. There you go. You got the assignment.
Oh.
Here you go. Here's your football. Here's your football.
I got denied when I asked them. Well, they wanted to get paid. I was like, well, out the bat I can't, but I love his. I love.
We
the
can
article.
get it sponsored, right? I mean,
I never thought about. See, I don't know how the back end works.
Okay. The next topic, before we get on the air here, it's going to be a short. We got to do the good relative. We got to do the rant. We got to do the joke. And we got to recap that one day. Here's my rant. And we're going to go into this next section about this. Is Valentine's Day. Now, come on. There's people that sit in these boardrooms and be like, how can we extract the most money? How can we get people to buy flowers that are going to wilt and not be any of use in a couple of days? And how can we make them, chocolate or whatever it may be and stuff? Like how can we make them purchase chocolate? I got it. Tie it to love. And this little guy with wings and stuff and Cupid and all this and that, and make the guys feel guilty if they don't knock a home run for Valentine's Day. That is my rant, man. I mean, okay, so this part 2 of this rant of the day is I asked my significant other, and we I don't know what you call your significant other and stuff, but I heard Jim Hallam from Santee, he says she's my half sight. And I was like, I never heard that before. Have you ever heard that? Mm-mm. My half sight? She's my old, and it's not old, not like years old. It's OL, old lady. Yep. So sometimes I refer to the old lady like the old lady. You know what I mean? That's the one that. Anyway, so my wife is. We were kind of reflecting and stuff, but last year.
I would say your better half.
Okay, so I guess,
yeah, with you it's
half sight, half sight. You know what I mean?
I would say better half.
Better half. Okay, you're in the. Anyways, I asked her. I said, "Do you remember what I got you last year?" And she says, "Nope." And I went out of my way because she always said, "You never get me anything." I got her the biggest thing of roses. I bought Hy-Vee out. Seriously, I bought them out, man. It was like 40 roses. It was huge just for that thing. And she didn't remember it this year.
Okay, I got one to tie on to.
So
that.
Whose fault is that? Is that mine?
No.
It's hers, right?
Yes.
Yes, let's go. Give me a high five. Give me a high five, man.
Okay.
All right. So this year we was like, all right, well, let's try something different and stuff. Maybe we can go win at bingo. So I took her out to bingo. We what are the cards, like $45 or something like that? So we just played the little cheap bingo and stuff, But and
did she win?
No.
Then she ain't gonna remember.
Yeah. On the drive home, she said, "Man, Valentine's just wasn't it this year and stuff." So another fail. My rat. See these guys. These guys in these boardrooms,
bah humbug,
smoking their cigars, and how can we? Okay. So that's my rant of the day.
Can I tell you my Valentine's?
Okay, go ahead.
So we're Valentine's, and we go looking for a vacuum. I'm gonna get her a new broom. I'm gonna get her a new ride, but we couldn't find it. I didn't have a credit card. But I'm like, all right, well. So while we're walking around and we leave, and she's like, "Did you see all those guys in there walking around with flowers?" And I said, "Yeah, I seen some girls too." And then, so we're going, then. So I take her out for ice cream. I'm like, "Would you rather have ice cream than flowers?" She goes, "That's a really tough call." So I think I backed out of that one pretty good, man. But I took her on a date, and instead of buying her flowers and all that stuff, we went. I took her to Indian food. She never ate Indian food before.
Yeah,
and she really liked it, And then I took her out for flowers.
That's good, memorable.
I tried to buy her a new ride, but we couldn't.
We did the all request line, and it was funny because I heard yours, and I heard a couple other ones and stuff, and so I just said like, "Hey, can you dedicate our wedding song?" Blah blah blah, and that was it. But I heard like Bethany, she announced somebody's, and I was like, "Oh my god, wait, retract that." I start typing. It went really well though, but I remember your song. You did 2 of them, huh?
Well,
and it sounds like you guys.
I didn't. It was her to me. And she told our whole dating story because she was. I said, "Well, you know what?" I said, "I heard the 2 songs, but I kind of didn't get the dedication." She goes, "Well, here, I'll read it to you." And she, I don't know if I should have put it in. She's like, then she kind of. Nah, I said it was good though. I mean, because I like it, man. I never. We dated before we started. We actually went on dates, and I thought it was pretty cool. It was more romantic this time.
Yeah, and you guys are a new couple.
Yeah.
So right on, man. Good job. We'll give you.
She said that about the. She texted me about the dating the app, or not the app, dedication. I said, "Go ahead then," because I thought it'd be cool to have the girl do it for me. Since I work here,
Yeah. How'd you feel?
I loved it. I felt special.
If you guys know me, man, I'm a huge Drew Hill fan. I don't know why and stuff. Is this probably. So Drew Hill, anything for me and stuff, So Cisco, all this and that. So
Question: what'd you get for Valentine's?
I got a song dedication. That's all I need. That's all I need.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
You talking about flower? For ice cream.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'd rather pay this bill for heat. No, I'm gonna get myself in trouble, man. I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna right now because you know what? She kept stealing my ice cream. I ordered a banana split. I don't like banana splits, and she ate half of it.
That's crazy. Okay, here's the joke of the day.
Just kidding, babe.
You ready for the joke of the day? I got a couple good ones. All right. So and usually this comes from my little 8-year-old son. His name's Garrix and stuff. But what do you call a guy that got done and he just finished digging? He finished digging. What do you call him? Doug.
Well, what do you
get it?
Yeah. What do you call a waitress? What do you call a waitress only one leg?
Oh, okay.
IHOP.
All right, and then my last one, my joke of the day is, how come you can't make Humpty Dumpty laugh? How come it's dangerous to make Humpty Dumpty laugh?
He'll fall off the wall.
No, he'll crack up. You get it? You get it?
Yes. I'm not 3, Garan. I'm not 3. I can get it.
Those are our today's joke of the day. You guys can use them if you want to. What do you call a guy? What's the name of the guy that just got done digging? You call him Doug. It's Doug. No, I'm just playing. Okay, then the other thing I
love them corny ones.
The good relative of the day. The good relative of Winnebago Talks. Who do you got, MC Eves? Who's your good relative? Because I know you got a good one.
Go ahead. You just not throwing this on me, so I got to give it some thoughts.
We were talking about a lot of good things and stuff that were taking place, and then you mentioned that Chief Lone Wolf.
You know what? I'm going to go with him. Because you know what? Well, him and Mr. Wall at the school, I drop my kids off sometimes, and I drive them off at the south door. And sometimes coming to work, I'll go pass by, and Mr. Wall and Chief Lone Wolf, they're outside the front of the door. They're greeting kids, telling them good morning, shaking their hands, and I really think that's cool. Lets them know they're safe. The highest ranking, official we have, in the police department is standing at their front door, making sure they're safe, and I like that.
Right.
I say he's a good relative.
Yes. Good. So who, Mr. Wall or Jeremiah?
Jeremiah.
Okay.
Because Mr. Wall works there.
And Jeremiah protect and serve the community of Winnebago and stuff too. So I would have to go with that. I know that there was an instance, and I don't have the specific details. Here's the gist that I got, and I don't know if I can name names or anything like that because I don't know the names. I just heard the story. Here's the story about the Winnebago Police Department. Is that a intruder / predator was after some children from the Winnebago school.
13 or 14-year-old girls.
Disguising, I believe they were using online tactics or text messaging or something like that. And I heard of another one where this Roblox, this game, this online game, and they're like trying to initiate conversations, and you don't know.
They have chat places in there so they can talk.
Behind the screen, you don't know who it is. They can mimic.
I mean, they could say they're DJ guaranteed, but they're not. They're somebody else.
Right. Anyway, this was reported, and the Winnebago Police Department end up arresting that guy. They continued the investigation. You know more about it than I do, probably.
Yeah. From what I've seen, they were communicating with these. I want to say it was girls. I want to say it was more, and then one of the officers from the police department got a hold of it. And they start being that little girl. And so they start talking to them. So they convinced them to come to Winnebago to get them. And that's when they got arrested.
Man.
That was, trying to think of the officer's name. It was on the top of my head. It was a female that works at the school.
Yeah. So awesome, we were not going to say any names and stuff like that, but just good work by the Winnebago Police Department trying to keep all aspects of our youth safe, man, because... Man, you know what I mean? Like
that scares me. I got a 12-year-old daughter. You know what?
Right.
I constantly, tell, hey, you never tell anybody where you live. You never, you know who you're talking to. I do it. I said, no, yeah. In reality, if you don't see them at school, then you don't know them. You don't tell them where you live.
Yeah.
If you don't see them in person, actually, you don't. Never give out any information.
Yeah, so thank you for keeping our relatives safe, and you are Winnebago Talks, good relative, the Winnebago Police Department. Keep up the good work, guys. I know it's trying. I was talking to a couple of the ex-police officers and stuff, and what it means in the mental health and everything too. And let's kind of keep that in mind. The other thing too, I kind of want to make mention is, and we talk to Jeremiah quite often up here, is that. When you start something, that's when they're going to enforce the laws and stuff, So some of those people that were like, oh, they're picking on me and all this and that. Well, there's a reason, and they're just not going to show up at your house and arrest you for no reason, right?
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, you know what? I'm behind the police department. They do a lot of good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. MCBKC, DJ Bethani are out today, so there's going to be no Winnebago Talks. Unless you got a couple no Winnebago Talks. No answer is. That's going to be taking place, which I believe I got a good record going into 2026, so I'm kind of interested to keep that record going and stuff. But you folks,
I know you ended 2025 horrible.
I sure did.
Are we going to discuss that at all, or no?
Not at all. All right, folks. You have a good rest of your day. We'll see you. Make sure Last Bear Moon Winter Celebration t-shirts are still available if you guys want to get that pre-sale. They are online, and come back to the camera right here. So for those people that are online,
hold on, let me get back to you. Man, hey, I'm trying to get us some guests here, bro.
There you go. So there's the Last Bear Moon. It's a black t-shirt, commemorative, and it's front and back, nice, beautiful, kind of floral design. It says Winnebago Casino and Resort, Iowa. And we'll see you guys out there. But if you guys are interested, or if you know any relatives that still want to purchase some tickets, it is to benefit that cultural celebration. And we're going to be calling upon all the nations from north, south, east, and west to come on over here to Salone, Iowa, Winnebago Casino for a full day of dancing and singing. And it's going to be a good time. So we need some good dancing and singing right now. Folks, you are interested in being a special guest, get in touch with us. It's Bethany.Redhorn at Winnebago Tribe. And then also send us an email. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. KWTN 100.9 FM, Winnebago Talks. You guys have a good rest of your day.